Wait a minute. Bruh, it's not gone live. Okay, now we're live.
It hasn't.
Now we're live.
We do-
Go welcome people, come on. It's live.
Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, one and all, to round number 6 of the Romula One World Championship. We are here at the Sepang International Circuit down in Kuala Lumpur. And this isn't just any old circuit. This is a circuit filled with challenges, opportunities, and a whole lot of unknown. This 4.6 kilometer long circuit has ups and downs and lefts and rights all over. We've got 14 corners at this circuit today, with 10 to the left and 4 to the right. And we're going to see top speeds tonight of up to 400 kilometers per hour, which makes this circuit the fastest circuit on the Romula One calendar. So it will be a wonder to see just how well these drivers will fare around this circuit. Now, King, could you tell us a little bit about the circuit from your perspective? I'd like to hear your words about it.
Yeah, so I've been joining in for some of the sessions, such as FP1, FP3. This circuit, you can see it now on the stream. Like you were saying, the immense, just like, elevation changes. From the bottom of the start-finish straight, you can't even see the top. Or anything which goes on up there, such as the gantries. But this circuit for me is, like, clearly a favourite. It's got loads of flowing corners, high-speed corners, as we keep on going back to elevation. And the decoration around it's really good. You can have camera shots from almost anywhere and have these great buildings seen in the background. So I'll go back over to you, as I think we've got some people who want to be interviewed. So, yeah, I believe Critical Noob would like to come up if you'd like to interview him.
It's a broadcaster's dream indeed to race and view around. to broadcast here, of course, I'm sorry. But now, let's speak with Critical Noob. Critical, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. So,
You did just cut out.
halfway point of the season now. 5 races gone, 5 to go. And you're the championship leader. So, let's begin. So, for the final 5 races, do you think there's anything that you need to change up as you come into the second half of the season, or are you just going to keep going as you are?
Well, something I've already changed up is I'm trying much harder now that Vernon is catching, and he's been doing better the last races, so I'm also trying my hardest and trying more than usual.
Yeah, Fernand, he has broken your little duck of winning 3 back-to-back races. Right, let's see what else I can ask you. King, could you ask him a question? I'm out of questions.
Yeah, I've seen your speed throughout the wet practice sessions and other practice sessions, even the dry ones today. Do you expect to be able to convert this into a good race result?
Yeah, the interests are very good for me, like especially good for me for my driving style. I did my best lap from the pre-practice session on lap 8 of the data run without slipstream, so I'm feeling very confident, and yeah, I'm hoping that it stays interest for as long as possible.
Great to hear. So I believe that this qualifying section will start on dry and then go on to the wet tyres. How do you think this will play into your strategy? Do you think that you'll be not going out at all in the wets, or will you try it? Or just use it for practice?
I mean, well, it's always good to get some practice in, get some practice on the inters, but quali is only gonna be the first lap basically. There's not gonna be any running after, except like practice, as you said.
Hey, great to hear. For anybody who's just tuned into the broadcast, we've got 4 minutes till the qualifying starts. 3 minutes now. Over to you, Spinion.
Okay, right. So yeah, you're right. We've only got a few more minutes till qualifying start, and the forecast is it's looking quite interesting. It's gonna be completely dry for the first few minutes, and then it's gonna be chucking it down. So these drivers, they will have to chuck in a lap extremely quickly because they're not gonna get another one after that.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else would like to come up just for a quick few words before they start their race. Of course, as that will happen in just about almost 2 minutes' time now. So, let's see. Oh, we've got Green Ninja. I'm going to see if he wants to speak. He's one of the AlphaTauri drivers who's been engaging with the media by doing photo shoots earlier this weekend. Also, for anybody in the audience, it really helps us if you actually watch the stream, even if you just are listening to it, as then, of course, it drives some more viewership to the channel. So, great, everybody I'm inviting up doesn't want to listen or talk. So, yeah, let's go and have a look at how the weather radar's currently looking. So I believe at this point the track water has gone away after free practice. No, it's 5% track water, but of course softs are the quickest tyres due to this. We'll be able to check back up on this weather radar and see how the track's progressing periodically throughout this race session and qualifying. And you'll see teams using this to help them plan their strategies. Now, I believe that of course everybody... Oh, not sure what that lag spike is. Jeez. What is that? That's gone now. Sorry about that, guys. That's not gone. There you go. It's just one of the drivers being really laggy, which is always lovely. Yes, so we also, of course, as a league, have an opportunity to use all of these and the server shut down. That's probably why. So, as soon as we get back, we will be having qualifying start. So that'll be great to watch, and of course, for anybody who doesn't get in quick enough, yeah, bad luck to you. So I'm just going to check the... Okay, currently there's 0% track water. Okay, I believe slipstreams are also being turned down. It's one of the newer features. We've now got an enhanced weather system and slipstream. As soon as the first drivers got in their car, I'll return you to the normal channel to watch qualifying, which starts now. So, for anybody just joining us, qualifying is just starting, and you've got drivers leaving the pit box as I speak. And lovely for us, Caster still hasn't added any of the onboards or anything. So if you're here, make sure to spam his DMs and ask him to do that. He said he'd do that about 5 times over. Really lovely from him. Over to you, Spinion. Great to hear, Spinion. Couldn't hear you saying anything. You there? Great, so Spinion's died again, so I believe it may just be me commentating for a little bit. Yeah, oh, okay. Okay, service shutting down again. Always lovely. Okay, Spinion, can you hear me? And now he's just turned into a jet engine, then he's back, then he's gone. Lovely. Not sure what's going on with him or what's going on with the server, but hopefully this should all be on. I mean, of course, we've seen it in past.
Am I okay now?
We can hear you again. He's back.
Wonderful.
Over to
I
you.
don't know what happened. Just a little gremlin in the wire to my microphone, I suppose. I don't know. But it's gone now. At least I hope it is. So anyways, what I was saying before is that for qualifying, not just qualifying, for the whole race weekend, the way it works is we have our usual free practice sessions, FP1, FP2, FP3. They last 90 minutes each, and then comes qualifying. About 40 minutes. Qualifying occurs about 40 minutes after the end of FP3, and it's a single 15-minute session. So no Q1, no Q2, no Q3, just a session, and then that's it. And for the race, King, could you tell us about the race distance? I've actually forgotten. My bad.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the race distance either, but we've got it in now that for the first 5 to 6 minutes of qualifying, it will be dry before it becomes light rain. Now, as we don't have any mandatory tyre amounts or anything, it'll be quite likely we'll still see teams sending cars out to gather data. Back over to you.
Okay, I've just figured out what it is. It's the race distance is 45 minutes divided by the pole time. So whatever the pole time will be around this circuit will determine the race distance.
Okay, if you can keep us updated throughout this qualifying session and the race on what's going on pit walls and in teams' weather radars, that'll be great.
Yeah, I'll be sure to chip in during the session. I'll keep you updated about what the weather's saying and such.
Nice. Do you know if there's any penalty? Oh, that's qualifying starting now. Do you know if there's any penalties to teams if they speed into the pit lane on qualifying?
Yes, I believe I do know that there's penalties. It can be as little as a time penalty of about 5 seconds, to a drive-through penalty, to ultimately a disqualification from the entire session. But but that's for those who like really speed, who go, I think it's like 80, 90 kilometers an hour over the limit. I'm not sure. I'll need to double check that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find information about it. Oh, that's one of the cars already flipping in the background. Pretty sure there's critical noob there. You should have been able to see that in the background. I don't think I'll be able to get a replay of it. But, yeah, already not having the best of starts. Yeah, we won't be able to get that.
That's going to knock him off a little bit, but knowing Critical Noob, he will be it's only the very start of the session. So, normally, in normal circumstances, he will just forget about it and just keep going. But, the thing is, there's incoming rain. So, and there goes, I think there goes the Williams of Gnome.
He's a new driver as well, isn't this his debut?
It is. That was Gnome Games that just went off. He's back on the circuit now, and he'll continue in the session. Luckily, he hasn't lost.
Oh my god!
So
make sure your mic's not committing that again. It just put a really high pitched screeching noise into my ear and everybody watching.
I'm not sure how that happened.
Me neither. Sorry about that, guys.
Experienced that before.
Yeah, also, welcome to everybody watching us via the chat. We've got people now starting their laps. Let's ride on board with Critical Noob, as he didn't have the best of starts of his outlap there. Already with one of those Alfa Romeo drivers going off. I believe that's the Alfa Romeo oh no, I can't find him on the list, but it's one of the Aston Martin's beached prime drifter, and he's now already out of the session so far. Believe he will just be respawning, but in this session you can't drive backwards now, something drivers are used to doing, or else you will get, I'm not sure what Caster said, but you will get something against you, such as a time penalty, I'm pretty sure. So it's the fastest sector 2 now by Super Jope.
I think it's a disqualification from the
Oh, that's Fernan! And another one of the Alpines of Eplixer flying into the air. Both of those cars ruining their laps, meaning they've only got 1 to 2 more laps before the rain comes in. They will not be liking this, and of course they can't turn around to restart that lap, or else they'll get, of course, disqualified, as Caster was saying earlier. Back over to you.
And that is absolutely devastating.
It's the third as well.
Qualifying run. And like you said, with only like 5-6 minutes of dry weather, these guys, they need to put in their lap times right now. They can't afford to dilly-dally, because the rain is going to be coming soon, and I can see the clouds forming in more and more and more. Let's see what the weather radar is saying. Weather radar says 88% chance of rain and increasing. 89% now. 90. Rain is imminent. Rain is imminent. ASM is currently quickest overall, 1.1 seconds faster than Super in second place. And then there's Ratya in third, Falcon fourth, F1 Fun is fifth, Acer sixth, Lance seventh, Green Ninja eighth, Outguard ninth, and Easy Eye is 10th. I need to figure out who this Easy Eye person is. Just give me a second.
Okay, so everybody who managed to screw up their laps on that last lap, who just came into the pits, as you saw on the screen, to get back onto a fresh set of tyres to try to get some laps in before, of course, the rain comes in, which, of course, Binion will keep us updated with, along with all things going on from the pit wall.
Yep, and back to the pit wall, rain likelihood is now a whopping 94% chance, but somehow there is no rain on the circuit. The circuit is still dry. The weather is the sky above is very overcast. It is gonna rain at literally any moment, but the question is, when is it going to rain? Because there's still so many drivers that have not yet set a competitive lap time in this session. So it is really, really down to them to just go out there and just get one in. Just any lap. Just put it in before the rain starts.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, you can already see the screen changing a lot, even if you put back the broadcast a little bit, sorry. You can just see it's already changed up, and now there's rain. It has started to rain. Back over to you.
The rain has arrived. The rain has arrived, and it's increasing now to 1% track water, and it's going on and on and on. It's just going to keep going. And this is the absolute last chance for you to go and put a lap time in. Back to you, King.
Yeah, everybody on the track currently, this won't be the best for their lap times, but if you're going quick enough, it should be fine. Now, for the likes of both Ferrari drivers, this is not what they would have been wanting. Both of these drivers, as I've seen, have had limited experience on this track, and your Mike just committed war crimes again. But both of these drivers haven't had much Oh! And there's one of the Red Bulls in the background. I'm pretty sure that was the Red Bull of Outguard. Not sure, pretty sure it was. Which flipped there. Lots of the drivers are now, as you can see from my screen, opting just to stay inside. You can see from the onboard of Kono, man, that it's now up to 5% rain. Nobody wants this. Especially those lower down. Critical Noob, especially. His entire race, this has really screwed him over. He'll be having to start from P18 by the looks of this, unless he can pull something off on the intermediate tyres. People now will just be using this as a practice session to try to improve their skill. Back over to you.
Yeah, right now I'm down with the Aston Martin team, who currently have one of their drivers on provisional pole, ASM. He is pacing backwards and forwards from the garage to the pit wall and back, because he knows that he is currently on provisional pole, but he is not sure if he's able to keep it. As times are still coming in,
sorry to interrupt, but on the stream, jeez, I believe we do have a replay of that one.
We will need to see a replay. There he goes again! He's
Oh
flipped
my
over
God.
again and made contact with Lance Droid in the process, ruining each other's lap times. Now let's see this replay.
Yeah,
Let's see.
jeez, both of the
Here's
cars
Ease
there.
It right now. There he is. There's Ease It. Let's see what happens. He goes over the red rumble strips and he spins out. And I believe he may have taken out one of the Mercedes super joke.
Yeah, that was on a later crash. You can see him going back on board with him. He's already off the track again. Missing a front wing, this is not what he would have been wanting. He's in P14, so he'll have a lot of work to try to improve on. Lance Droid, being early and getting onto the intermediate tyres, could you tell me what is currently the quickest tyre according to the weather radar?
Right now, the current quickest tire says softs on. I'm currently at the Alpine pit wall, and the preferred tire currently says softs. My apologies, I just had a little burp there. And there goes Ease It again, sliding off the road. From what I can just see, yep, there he is. Ease It sliding off. That lack of front wing is really impacting his performance today. We just need to hope and see if he can make it just work a little bit better in the race. And there he goes into the wall. He is just not having the best day today. He's currently 14th on the road with a 139.008, but he is going to want to do better in the race. What do you think, King?
Yeah, this clearly isn't what he would have wanted. I mean, look at him, barely making it round there, bouncing off the walls of the track. At this point, you know he's going to go on inters and pit at the end of his lap. And due to loads of reasons, he can't stop on track. Oh, there he goes again, and he can't drive backwards, so he's going to just have to slowly limp round the track back to the pit lane. As you can see him going in now. Could you tell me his speed while entering the pit lane? Was it in the right area?
No, it was not. He's gotten a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now, in qualifying, that would not... Normally, time penalties would mean nothing. However, in the case of qualifying, it would be converted into a grid penalty of about 3 places. So he's going to be starting dead last at worst. In fact, no, he will be starting dead last unless somebody else gets a penalty after him.
Jeez. Okay, you can see a lot of people now starting to come out. Dom is still on the soft tyres. It says it's the best tyre, but looking at how a lot of people are driving, it seems to be the best if you can keep it on the track.
Yeah, and everyone's switching over to the intermediate compound tires now as the softs are really starting to fall off as they get colder and colder as the track gets wetter and wetter. I'm not sure what the intermediate times are. Just need to see. Well, Super Jumps is currently set at 29.8 in the first sector. What's Acer done? Acer's set at 150.2, which is over 15 seconds slower.
Oh,
than his
Acer there
personal best
getting
time,
a
and
bit
he's gone off
hairy.
the road just there. Goodness me, when you've not commentated for a while, it really gets to you.
You can also see Gnome re-entering the track after another off-track excursion. I'm not sure if he still has his front wing, but I can't find him. Oh, there we go. Yes, he does. Somebody else also, one of the AlphaTauris down there. But you can see Gnome just shaking left and right here. Just straight off. He's got no control of a car in these conditions. What's the current track water?
I can get that for you. Just right, track water is currently at 20%, and inters are now confirmed as the preferred tire. So softs are a no-go anymore.
Oh, Gnome
What
losing his front
qualifying
wing.
now, that's basically it. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go. It's almost confirmed that this will be the starting grid for the Malaysian Grand Prix. And going to the Aston Martin pit wall, ASM, he is really excited. I have seen him just pace backwards and forwards. He's been like, oh my days, this lap. He's just, yeah, there he goes again. Jump we up for real, he says. He is excited. He is excited because he knows that he will be on pole position for the race tonight. And yeah, you can see his face just there. He's like, "Oh my days! Did I really just get pole?" That's what his face is currently screaming. I don't think we need to go up his nostrils, King.
We're now riding on board with Lance Droid, though. Let's see if he can actually get round the track on Intis, unlike some of the others.
I don't see him. I think he's on a cooldown lap at the moment. He doesn't look like he is pushing, at least when he went round that last corner. He is using DRS, however, but that may just be out of habit. Because, you know, you do need to build up a habit of pressing the DRS button when you cross that line.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this entire race is going to be in wet conditions.
So it'll really be a test of the best then. We have not really seen anybody driving in wet weather conditions yet, so who knows? We could have a completely different top 3, because those who may have a secret talent for wet weather driving, it might just get revealed. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we've already seen a few people in qualifying showing talents. Just so far. I'm currently seeing if I can get the full weather forecast up on the screen for you guys. I should be able to. Yeah, so if you have a look at the screen now, here's the weather forecast and just some of the other information. So for this race, you see it's going to be fully wet the entire time. Now, of course, as we know, the weather prediction isn't always accurate, but in this case, I'm pretty sure it will be. So this will be really interesting to see what happens.
Yes, it will. It'll be very, very interesting. And like I said before, those who might have a secret talent in wet weather driving, they may fare the best. And they may fare the best today, because yeah, like with the forecast, it's going to be, well, raining. Apparently, Lance has gone onto the medium compound tires, or maybe not. Has he? Oh no, I'm just looking at FIFA.
Yeah, Lance is on the full wet.
On the wet compound tires now. It just says on the leaderboard he's on the mediums.
Visual glitch.
Not sure why that is. But he's on the wet compound tires and not the mediums.
And not doing the best on them either.
Confusion.
Not sure he's managing to make these work either. So he might be a little bit screwed for this race. But there is the checkered flag of qualifying now. And I'm not sure we'll see any quicker laps. So that means ASM is going to be, as Lance spins, ASM is going to be starting on pole today. Followed up by Super Jope in P2, for I'm pretty sure the first time in his career in the front row. Followed up by Rat in the AlphaTauri, Falcon, Outguard, F1F, Dom, Ace, Lance, and Fernan are your top 10. Now, for Ferrari not to be in the front rows, especially weird. Same as Red Bull. All of these people starting a lot further back will make a lot more action-packed race than usual. Lance Droid once again just spinning over and over. Let's hope he can actually get it off the finish line, sorry. Back over to you, Spinion.
Yeah, I do think he'll make it back to the pits, because we've got at least another 10 minutes before the race begins. Now let's see if we can have a look at ASM. He is just over here. He's not in the booth at the moment. But if he was, I'd grab an interview with him, to congratulate him on his very first pole position in Romula One.
I mean, you can just see his reaction to that result. It's absolutely phenomenal. To be interviewed. I'll let you manage that for this race. So, up to you.
I wasn't paying attention to what you said there. I'm sorry.
But you can manage interviews this way.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I could do that. Yeah. Problem is, there's just nobody to interview at the moment, except Prime Drifter. If you would like to come up.
I'll give him an invite.
Yes, he is.
Wait.
Hello, Prime Drifter.
You there? Lagging. Hello? No, I don't hear anybody.
Binion, you alive?
He's dead.
Binion.
So, yeah. All right, I'm back.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that. I was just having a few mic issues. So, 11th on the grid. Not the best quality from you. Could you tell us what happened?
Yeah, the rain came on and it caused me to get some lag. I ended up going wide. And hitting a curb.
Well, you're-
Although, I didn't
And
get
there
much
must-
practice.
There must be an even bigger insult to injury that your teammate is on pole, but you could still play the team game here. Have you two got any strategies for, you know, converting potentially a pole position into lots of points?
Go fast, be happy, win the race.
And we're now into the second half of the season. Currently standing fourth in the constructor standings. Do you think you could finish in the top 3 by the end of the season?
Oh, probably. Maybe. I don't even remember who's third, but we can beat them. But if
Okay.
I remember when the races are and, you know, practice, then we're good.
Okay, I believe
Okay,
we've got
well,
ASM up next.
I used to do that.
Is ASM in here?
Yep, that's
know.
the...
I could go do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he's not. Okay. Come on.
Is ASM in this voice chat?
Yeah, I'll push Prime Drifter back down now,
It's
and then I'll get up ASM and his team boss. Over to you.
Hello, ASM. Welcome. If that's you, ASM. Can you confirm? Okay,
Yes.
so first of all, I just want to congratulate you on your very first pole position in Romula One. You got the lap time in at just the absolute right moment, and now you're starting at the front. So, tell us, how does it feel to be on pole position tonight?
It's crazy, you know. That lap was perfect. I just stayed in the slipstream and just went for it, and it paid off.
Starting from pole position does have its challenges. You've got a big field of 18 cars behind you. Do you have any strategies to try and hold them off for the duration of the race?
Well,
Be faster.
we can just like find out. My engineers will help me.
Yeah, we will. I will. We don't have any engineers.
So it's basically just you on your own. Like,
No,
correct
Prime.
to say that?
No, Prime is here as well.
Oh.
He's gonna be driving.
Oh, well, aside from him and you three. Anyways, so ASM. If you now starting on pole position, that ticks one box. That ticks one of the many boxes for drivers to achieve. Have you got any more achievements that you want to accomplish before the end of the season?
Win or podium. That's it.
Yeah, everybody does want that win. Do you think you could get one today?
We'll see.
Wait and see, indeed. That's a pretty good answer.
I think
But
so.
I'm afraid that's all I've got to ask you. So thank you for coming up, and I'll move over to Karna.
Yes, hello.
So Karna, hello, welcome. Well, you've already been here for a while. So one of your drivers are now starting on pole position. How does it feel knowing that your driver could have a chance to win the race today?
Pretty happy for him because last race we had some insanely bad luck with the virtual safety cars, and we could have won, and if you went 1-2 maybe. but it happens to the best of us, and I hope we can get the win this time.
Yeah, knowing this is going to be the first full distance race to be completely, to be completely wet. So it's a it's 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 an exploration ground for everyone. And who knows? Maybe some hidden wet weather talents could appear. If you're, do you think your drivers may have a little something with wet weather in them? I'm so bad.
Maybe they could have that. Maybe they could have that. I don't know. This is the first wet weather race, and we qualified on soft tires, so we'll be finding out mid-race if we're gonna be doing good or not.
Okay. And one more question. Well, I've asked ASM a similar question, but pole position ticks off one of the boxes. Well, another box for season objectives for all teams. What are your goals for the rest of the season as the team boss?
It would be
Or
lovely
Aston
to win
Martin?
the constructor championship. Drivers is gonna be hard. It's up to the drivers, but as a team, I think we could really get the constructor championship. We just need to pull off a solid few races where we both get really good positions, and I think we can really like run Red Bull.
Alright, well, that's all I've got to ask you for today. So thanks for coming up, and best of luck to you and your team.
Yes, so I've just had word that the forecast for today will be starting, of course, as a wet race, but then it will be getting dry as the race goes on. So, for the people in the chat who are currently asking about Mercedes, well, Super Jope's starting on the front row. I'm pretty sure for the first time in his career.
Yep, I believe this will be, I believe this is the first time he's starting from the front row, and it's really impressive as well. Super Job hasn't had exactly the best runs in qualifying, but today he was finally able to prove his worth. And now he's on the front row, and if he's lucky enough, he might be able to convert it into a podium finish. Maybe even the race win if he's fast enough.
Yeah. Where's P3? Okay. I guess
Where's P2, did you ask?
P3.
P3. Good question. Rat's supposed to be starting in third. Let me see if I can find him.
I'm not sure you get time penalties for.
Not here.
Yeah, I'm not sure you do get penalties for speeding into the pit lane on a qualifying because of easy
he's not
bits.
here.
But
Rat, yeah, is not here. He's just gone.
of course, 25,000 Robux are on the line. And you've had other drivers such as, I'm pretty sure, Falcon. He's not even been able to race today due to some issue. Wait, no, he is there. That means you've got Ryden, I'm pretty sure, one of the drivers, not being able to race. Because there's something going on if Dom didn't turn up. I'm not too sure about that, though. But we're getting close to lights out. I'm not sure we'll be waiting for anybody else, so it's now really up to Caster when the lights turn on.
Yep, so I think it'd be a good idea if I cleared the grid.
Yeah, maybe give us...
I was currently standing on the grid, and now I am off the grid.
Oh, that's the get off the grid warning, so I'll let you take race start. And now Golden Bullet standing in the way of the camera. Always lovely to see him do that.
Right. First of all, I need to find the pole sitter, ASM. There he is. Actually, no, never mind. I'm going to spectate Falcon as he's in the middle of the top 3 group.
Okay, we've got word now from Rat, yeah, but it was his internet. And as you see, he'll be having to start from the pits due to that one. Everybody's been given the order to clear the grid, but of course Golden Bullet's still standing in the air in the middle, so we can't get a good race start video. Really nice of him. So, yeah, I'm not sure he'll be able to take race start. He said it's his internet. And I'm not sure we'll end up waiting if he does come back, as it may happen again. I'm not too sure though. But of course, 25,000 Robux on the line. That's really not what you want to happen at all. So, Tortilla, for you in chat, currently it's a league, but we'll be releasing a super high quality game later this year. You'll be able to find more information about it by joining the Discord server in the description. And that's your microphone there committing more war crimes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to experiment with something here. I'm currently on push to talk, but I've put my mouse over to the Roblox tab, so it just stays like this.
I believe we
It's
may
experimenting
actually
with a few
be.
things. I'm not sure why it's constantly screeching.
Okay, I believe we may
Oh,
actually
cool.
be waiting for that. Because, are we starting? Jeez, the rain today will peak at 75%.
And that is a lot of. There he is. There's Rat. He's coming onto the grid now. He's gonna occupy his P3 spot on the grid. And the lights will be coming on in just a moment. Rat, yes, jumping out of his car, and everybody's ready. Let's cue the lights. And now we are ready for the inaugural Sepang Grand Prix. The lights are off! And everybody gets away extremely well. Ratya gets an absolute flyer of a start. And I think he's going to take the race lead going into turn number 1, unless it's ASM. Everybody's really bunched up together. It looks like Falcon's in the mix as well. But yeah, there we go. Ratya is now out in front. ASM has had an absolute fumbler of a race start here. Ratya is out in front, and I think that's Falcon down in second place. Yes, it is Falcon. Ratya and Falcon currently lead the way. Outguard is chilling in third, and that is Prime Drifter down in fourth. And there's Acer fifth. ASM goes, and there goes ASM. He's gone really, really wide. He's gone all the way to the back of the grid. As we can now see Ratya and Falcon going wheel to wheel. Who's going to take the lead coming into the next left-hander? Looks like it's going to be Falcon. It might be Prime Drifter. It might be Critical Noob, who's just come into the battle as well. And there we go. Falcon is now in the race lead. And never mind, it's now Ratya. They're coming through the slow speed corner now into the little chicane. It's still a battle between Ratya and Falcon for the race lead. Neither driver are giving it up here as we complete half of the first lap of the Sepang circuit, the Kuala Lumpur circuit. Ooh, that was a lot.
Yeah, and I'm currently typing, so I'll let you continue talking, but it's Ratya, which runs wide, along with on race start, though we saw a few people go off even on the first turn.
Yeah, Ratya's gone a little bit wide there. He has now dropped down to fourth. Prime Drifter, who almost took the lead, is now down to fifth. And we've now got another lead battle going on between Critical Noob and Falcon. And it looks like Critical Noob is gonna get ahead of Falcon. As Falcon, his car takes off a little bit, loses a bit of traction, but somehow manages to keep it on the road. But unfortunately, he drops down to third, as now Fernan overtakes Falcon for second place. And it now looks like we've got another lead battle going on, this time between Critical Noob and Fernan. Fernan was last round's race winner. Let's see if he can take the race lead as we come up the hill and into the right-hander, the hairpin.
Now, sorry to interrupt.
And there goes Fernan right on the inside. Fernan now takes the race lead for a very, very late braking move. And now there's Super Job in the mix as well. We've now got a 4-car scrap for the race lead. This is incredible. This is an incredible thing to see in the opening phases of this race. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Fernan earlier, and he really wasn't getting to grips with the car in free practice. He joined with not much time left. I really need a drink of water, and he's came back from, I believe, P14 or even further down the What? I really do need a drink. Yes, really furthered from. Yeah, I can't talk. I need to. Yeah, you talk.
Now we've got we now once again have a four-way scrap for the race lead. The leaders of the race are constantly changing every single lap. Now Falcon's in front. Now it's Ferdinand, and there goes Falcon up the inside. He retakes the lead. Prime Drifter's battling for second place with Super Jope as well. Super Jope started on the front row. He could take the lead as well, and it looks like he might. He's all the lead here. It's still very hard. It's still very hard to tell because everybody's jumping around. But yep, now it's confirmed. Super Jope is in front. Never mind, because it's Fernand who's now in the lead. The leaderboard says Super Jope's in the lead, but on my screen, it says it's Fernand.
Oh, now that's the McLaren of Falcon taking off a little bit there, managing to keep it from fully losing him. That's put him back down to P4, I believe. You see Prime Drifter there going for a
Sorry to
move.
interrupt you there. Prime Drifter's just gone right down the inside on Super Jope to the front row sitter, and is now up into second place. Prime Drifter, starting from 11th on the grid, is now up into second place, and now he's going to challenge for the race lead. And it looks like I think he might have done it. We just need to wait and see. Yes, he has. Prime Drifter from 11th on the grid is now up into the race lead. This is absolutely fantastic for the American driver.
Yeah.
And the reigning world champion.
Yeah, the screen's still not updated. It's still got Super Jope there, but it is because the screen, leaderboard, sorry, only updates every lap. Super Jope now is getting wheel to wheel with Fernand, both of which are behind Prime Drifter in the lead. Both of these people want to catch up using the new slipstream, and on my screen are literally inside of each other trying to get slipstream on each other. Now this will make it super hard for either to pass each other, but of course Prime Drifter and his P1 spot are the main objective between these two. Back over to you.
Yeah, and these three have only got one Grand Prix win this season between them, as it's been all Red Bull this season. But we might see yet another brand new winner this season, as Fernand's already won a race, but Prime Drifter and Super Jope, they have not stood on the top step of the podium this race, and they're currently standing 1 and 2 in the race, as Super Jope has gone right down the inside on Fernand. The race, everyone's still glitching about at the moment, but yeah, there we go, it's confirmed. I can see that Super Jope and Prime Drifter are currently 1 and 2. In fact, scratch that, there goes Fernand up the inside to take second place, but Super Jope is defending that one with all his might. And it looks like he might take the race lead. Prime Drifter goes a little bit wide, slides off a little bit, and that allows Super Jope up into the race lead, with Acer now attacking the Ferrari of Fernand for second place.
Yeah, sorry for I was typing there, but yeah. So, this is only lap 4 and it's already changed a lot. Prime Drifter up from out of nowhere. ASM is so far back, he's fighting with Outguard, who Outguard actually won the first race of the season. Not been back on form since though. Falcon, Acer, Prime Drifter, Fernand and Super Jope are all scrapping together. Prime Drifter, Fernand and Super Jope, those three are really just going wheel to wheel. Falcon getting involved there. Fernand managing to make it out on the lead. Prime Drifter coming up behind him, gaining the slipstream. Down the main straight they go now. Let's see what happens. I believe Fernand will be leading at the end of this lap, but Prime Drifters are not too far behind. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, it's a 5-way fight for the race lead, and we have not seen this before in Romula One. So, trust me, I'm on the edge of my seat just watching this. I can't tell who's going to come out in front as we come through corners and every single corner. And I've just received word that it is starting to rain more. Let's check out the rain forecast and let's see. Yep, rain is increasing. Track water is now 45%, and it is increasing up to 45.2. So the drivers are going to start struggling more and more. We might see the wet compound tires being used in this race. And
Oh, that's Prime Drifter!
There goes Prime Drifter off the road there. He's gone over the rumble strips and he's dropped down behind his teammate, I believe, ASM. Let's see where he is. I think he's dropped behind his teammate, unless I am mistaken. Yes, I was mistaken. I think he's dropped back behind one of the Red Bulls. That might be Outguard. It is Outguard, I think. God, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
Right, so Super Jope is still out in front from Ferdinand in second, and then Acer is currently in third position. Critical Noob's in fourth. That's Prime Drifter in fifth. I wonder who that is in sixth. I think that might be Falcon. That is Falcon in sixth. And there goes Critical Noob trying to take the inside line on Acer. He runs a little bit wide, so Acer holds on to his position. As we can now see a lead battle happening once again between Fernand and Super Jope. The new Slipstream engine is really proving itself today. As we can see Fernand closing in on Super Jope. Is he gonna be able to make a move as we come into the first turn? Let's see. He's gonna go up the inside. Super Jope still got the lead for now. But what about Critical Noob, who is currently in third position and gaining on these two? He takes a slightly narrower line. That might hamper him a little bit, but he will be able to regain all that lost ground with Slipstream. He's going to try see if he can go around the outside. Switchbacks down the inside as we come through the hairpin, and he's gone up into second place.
You know, lots of leagues, it's really good whenever you have a lot of people crashing. And then, of course, when they crash, the lag goes. But here, the drivers are just too good. So we've always got every driver on the track at once. Which is another reason why the optimization here has worked so heavily. I believe that's F1 fan on the wet tyres, as for some reason they're appearing as mediums. Just because of, simply, why not? F1 fan, though, still spinning around those corners a little bit, not managing to get the traction he would have hoped for. Like I said, just exiting the track there. But back to the fight at the front, you can see Super Jope and Fernand going wheel to wheel. Fernand getting the slipstream on him side by side, getting the move done, which means he'll have the inside for the next corner. But of course, moving back over, Super Jope gets back over. I'm not sure who's going to come out in front here, and Super Jope makes it stick. By going for the wet line, he's managed to get more traction than Fernand, who's fallen back a few places and have gotten overtaken by Critical Noob. Back over to you.
These fight. The wet line is certainly the one to be taken in this, and it looks like Acer's coming into the pits, and so is Fernand. I think they're going to be changing over to the wet compound tires, as we can see the rain getting heavier and heavier. Track water is now 53.3%. So these two are going to take a gamble. Let's see what times they'll put in as they come into the pit lane. It's a double stack from McLaren. Acer's come in first. The 2.97 second pit stop. But what about Falcon? Let's see what he can put in as he comes out the pits. Or he'll stay stopped. It is a very slow stop. 12.4 seconds for Falcon. That is not good for the McLaren driver, who is seeking his first Grand Prix win tonight. Now let's see what's happening with these new wet compound runners. Let's have a look at their lap times, and we'll be able to see whether or not the wet compound tire is faster than the dries. As we approach near the third mark of the 1/3 mark of this race, we've got 27 laps ahead of us. It's lap 7 now. Next up is going to be lap number 8.
Yep. Okay, so far you've got Super Jope in the lead, though it looks like he's struggling to get traction without those wet tyres. I'm not sure if he'll follow suit to some of those other drivers, as just looking at the timing screens, it's likely that they will be able to catch up if he doesn't pit. Back over to you.
Yeah, it's currently absolute chaos in the pit lane at the moment as everybody is coming in. Gnome and Green Ninja Warrior are both in the pit lane as well, setting stop times of 2.4 and 1.91 seconds from the AlphaTauri pit crew. That is an absolutely lightning pit stop from Green Ninja's crew. Now let's see what we can find with Fernand. He's currently 9.2 behind the race leaders, unless but yeah, it still needs to be updated though. Let's see what Super does. See where I can find him. Where is he? There he is. There's Super. He's coming around the last corner now. Let's see what he does as he comes around the last corner.
Drifting,
Slides a little bit wide, and there goes Fernand just zooming on past, showing that the wet compound tires are absolutely the right ones to be on. And Prime Drifter and Super Drifter are now diving into
Sorry to interrupt. But could you check up on if anybody sped into the pit lane? As we've just had word that there's investigation into the third and Falcon for speeding in the pit lane. I'm not quite sure, I'm pretty sure it was those two. Yeah, could you just check up to see if there was any speeding in the pit lane?
And I can confirm there indeed was. There was a pit lane speed infraction for Prime Drifter, and it's a 10-second time penalty for the Aston Martin driver for speeding in the pit lane. So they will be way down the order. That's them coming out the pit lanes now. 17.2 seconds for a pit stop. A very, very slow pit stop for the Aston Martin driver, and that'll set him way back in the race. And he's already starting to lose momentum now as he runs over one of these sausage curbs as he comes out of the first corner on the 8th lap of this race. Let's see what's happening further out in front. It's currently a Ferrari 1-2. I don't know where McLaren came from, probably because I'm looking at Falcon at the moment, who's on the wet compound tires. But it's currently a Ferrari 1-2 at the front of the field, with Fernand leading Domji by 10 whole seconds, with Super Jope just chilling in third.
Yeah, let's go look at some of the people who started hype in this race but came back down. ASM is starting P1s down by Ratia now in P6, with Ratia in P7. Super Jope out in front of them. Either Super Jope's falling back or they've climbed up positions. You can see those lovely towers in the background here. Saying that makes it seem like a reference to something. It's not, trust me. But you've got Ratia now getting slipstream off ASM in making that move look easy. ASM now trying to fight back round here, getting a little bit hairy and losing the exit speed. Back over to you.
These drivers may be the perfect drivers, at least I've ever seen, but even still, they can make mistakes. As we come on to lap number 9 now, it is indeed a Ferrari 1-2 with the McLaren of Falcon just chilling in third, 5 seconds behind. And Fernand's got an absolutely mega gap to his teammate. Almost 10 seconds to his teammate in second place. Falcon stopped at exactly the right moment, put on the wet tyres, and he's now out in front, looking at securing his second win of the season.
Yeah, so you've also got Falcon, I believe, as you said, with that 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I'm not sure who else got a time penalty, but somebody else is also under investigation. So whatever Falcon's current gap is, subtract 10 seconds from it, as of course he was going so quick, it just meant that they had to give him a time penalty. So I'm not sure if it really gained as much speed as he lost, but if he can make it work still, then props to him.
Comparing his lap time to Omji's lap times, it looks like he is... Well, he lost out in the second sector. He was quicker in the first sector, and off he goes there. He's gone off the road, rummed around over the rumble strips, but thankfully, the sausage curbs, but thankfully he hasn't lost his front wing, so he's able to hold on to his third position on the road. And he is quite a ways away from fourth place Super Jope, who is about a further 10 seconds behind Falcon. As we come across the line to start lap 10. That means we have completed 9 laps of this race, meaning we've completed 1/3 of the race distance. Back over to you.
Yeah, let's just have a look at how this race is shaped up. So you've got Sylvia, I'm pretty sure, DNFing early in this race. Sadly, we didn't catch that. But, of course, mediums are wets for anybody watching. Trust us, your eyes aren't mistaken. It is also raining, of course. But if you can go and check up on the rain, how much track water there is, then that'd be great. But let's just look at some of the gaps. You've got, for example, Falcon
There's no problem.
to
I'll do that
Super.
for you.
It's 16 seconds from leader to 25 seconds. That's basically, well, it is a 10-second gap between those two. So, how much track
If
water is
Fernand were
there?
to achieve a 10-second time penalty, he would only just be behind Domji in second place. And I've just had a look at the weather. The track water is now currently at 75%, meaning that the track's not going to get any wetter. It's only going to get drier from here. As the forecast does say that it's going to start raining less. I don't know when, but it's going to start raining less, and then it's going to be dry. So that is when the fastest lap times will come in. So, and it'll be anyone's game to see who will score that extra point for the fastest lap. I'm excited to know who will take it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all thinking Fernand, but as we've seen with him in the past, things can change, and quickly. Especially looking at ASM earlier in this race. Could he make a comeback when we go onto the dry tyres? I don't know.
Who knows? They might be able to make a comeback, and Fernand could make a mistake. I don't want to jinx him. Fernand could end up making a little oopsie further in the race. But right now, his pace is looking very good. He's 8.8 seconds clear of his teammate Domji in second. He's still looking very good out in front. And Falcon is in third place, 12 seconds behind second place, but 4 seconds ahead of, my apologies, 4 seconds ahead of fourth place, Super Jope. So we might see a little battle going on for third if Super Jope can catch up to Falcon in third. And speaking of Super Jope, he has a little bit of an oversteering moment as he comes out. The quick right-hander, those wet compound tires, not providing the best grip as they should be in these conditions. But luckily he was able to keep the car in control. And he is able to keep going.
Yep, luckily enough for him, that has happened as you've said. But of course, with Vulcan, these mistakes are not good. He's just getting gapped by both Ferraris, and the Ferraris are getting gapped by each other at this point. For the Ferraris, this is a great race, both of which starting outside of the points in terms of where the grid order was, to now running in a 1-2 fashion. But as we've seen around this track, things can change, and fast. Vulcan there getting a little bit hairy, see, with it sliding out slightly. I'm not sure how the weather's currently progressing. I'm going to go and quickly have a look at a weather radar. Right, just to let everybody watching know. So, for everybody watching, it will start getting dry throughout the race to the points we may even have slicks accessible. Back over to you.
And I just want to say that if Ferrari can finish as they are in 1 and 2, it will pose a serious threat to Red Bull as they are currently only 5th and 8th in the race. Ferrari will score 44 points, but Red Bull, they'll only score 14 points as things currently stand. So that means Ferrari will gain on Red Bull by a whopping 30 points. They will have 121 points with Red Bull on about 148. So it will mean something. It'll mean that Red Bull will need to start watching their backs for throughout the second half of the season.
Yeah, I mean, with Red Bull, they've just suddenly knocked off form. They were doing so well, especially with Outguard taking the first win, been critical, taking 2 more wins. Fernandes came in and stopped that streak and fast. I believe I've got a sheet up with some of the wins. So far, they've got 4 wins this season, 1 second place and 1 third. But Ferrari's got 1 win, 2 second places in 1 third. But even though they've done that, McLaren still managed to get in front of Ferrari with only 1 second place as all their podiums. That shows you what consistency can do, most of which thanks to Falcon, who we're watching now. Back over to you.
And looking at this little battle going on for third right now, let's see if I can get onto it. Super Job is going up the inside of Falcon. It looks like he's taking third, but can Falcon fight this one as we come through the next few corners? Let's see what he can do here. Is he going to be able to hold on? He can at the moment. But Super Job is going to have the inside line, I would believe. Might be able to take third here, and he breaks very late, but Falcon just slams it up the inside, takes advantage of Super Job outbreaking himself, and retakes third. This is going to be a battle that will last a little while. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, these two seem so evenly matched for each other, especially looking at their performance throughout practice and now. As you said, I don't see an end to this very soon. Between these two, it could end up down to pure strategy, which is where strategists come in this race.
Yep, strategy is a very important part of the race, as that can determine, you know, whether somebody wins or loses a race. So when the weather starts to dry up, I'm gonna be right on the edge of my seat, because everyone will start coming to the pit lane, and who knows, some people might accidentally speed, and we might, you know, the whole race might turn itself upside down. As there goes Super Job trying to sling it round the outside, but he loses out in the long run, and Falcon's able to get a little bit further ahead. The now McLaren driver is currently running in a podium position, and I don't think he scored a podium this season. I'll need to quickly check the standings.
Yeah, well, you do that. I'll take us
No,
through
he's
this.
not. He has not scored a podium yet. So if he's able to hold on, he will be giving his team and himself a podium. It'll be McLaren's second podium of the season, but it'll be Falcon's first ever Romula One podium. If he can stay where he is, but he's got to watch out for Super Job, because he also wants that podium position. He's just managed to slot himself up into third right now. But Falcon is not giving this one up. He really wants that third spot on the podium. He wants that trophy. But Super Job is gonna give him an absolutely mighty challenge for that spot. Super Job seems to have just lost a little bit of traction there. Falcon's closing up a little bit. Super Job's taking the defensive line as we come through the left and right handers of this little chicane here. And Falcon is still within DRS range of Super Job, but DRS is not enabled because of the rain, the wet weather. And speaking of the wet weather, let's have a look at what the weather radar is saying now. Oh, the track is actually drying up a little bit. Going down to 71.5% and decreasing. So the track is drying as we go forward. Super Job goes right over the rumble strips, and he loses a whole lot of time to Falcon in third place, and now he's going to have to chase him back down for that third place spot.
Yeah, I mean,
We are now on lap 15. Sorry, I was just going to say we are now on lap 15. That means we have passed the halfway point of this race. Fernandez still in the lead from Dom in second. Super Job and Falcon are still battling away for that third spot on the podium. Critical Noobs chilling down in 5th, with ASM 6th and Prime Drifter down in 7th. Outguard 8th, Deferred 9th, and F1 Fan in 10th. I believe that's F1 Fan. Unless it's someone else. I just need to
I mean, F1 Fan and Deferred are going wheel to wheel down this main straight. F1 Fan's trying to put to good use the new slipstream. You can see him slowly edging closer, And for those of you watching from AWC, it's not what you think it is. With F1 fan now getting closer to third, he's getting ready to make the move. Back over to you.
And this new slipstream map, this new slipstream engine is really making the difference in these races. Just beforehand, we would barely see any overtakes, and all of the overtakes. As the third tries to make a move round the outside, it doesn't quite work. F1 fans now taking a defensive line as we come through the quick left-hander here. And he's able to stay ahead of the third, or not, maybe not, because now he goes over the rumble strips. That allows the third through and back up into ninth, and he's about to let the AlphaTauri of Ratya through as well to take I believe that's Ratya. That is Ratya. Never mind, he is down in 14th position. Unless I'm getting this all confused. I'm getting this all muddled up. I think I just saw Deferred or someone else going off the road. That was Epic Laxer. Yes, that was Epic Laxer going off the road there. He's just bumped over the rumble strips. But he's back on the road now, and he's got a Green Ninja Warrior behind him for company. And he's gone and he spun around. He spun right around, and he slammed it into the wall. But thankfully, he's not lost his front wing. I'm not sure if he's having fun, but although we do have to ask, what has happened to Falcon? Oh, never mind. Falcon has come into the pit lane, but he's now way behind Super Joe. Something may have happened to
No, they're getting on the intermediate tyres now. I'm going to have a quick look at the weather radar for you guys. So, intermediates, for anybody just joining us, Ferrari, currently running in a 1-2 formation, started this race, both of which behind 10th position, which would have put them out for points to getting the most points you can possibly get in a race.
Noob has made an absolute gamble of a strategy here as he is going to put on the soft compound tires. He is desperate to get this win, but so far the tires are not working in his favor. He's sliding all over the circuit, barely getting any speed. He's in 5th gear, slides all the way through the corner. The soft tires were absolutely not the right decision from the Red Bull pit wall, and he's gonna have to come in again to stop for some intermediate compound tires. He's gonna drop all the way back, and Falcon will likely retake 4th. In fact, I think he is in 4th because the leaderboard's not updated yet. I believe Falcon is ahead of Critical Noob.
I believe he is as well. Let's go look at what's going on with... Who do you think? I think maybe Falcon, to see if he's still fighting with anyone. Don't think he is. Those in chat wondering about Red Bull's decision, as I can see, we don't know either. It seems that, as you can see, that drift there, I believe due to the red, they were looking to be a bit more like Ferrari in their strategy calls. You know, public promotion, that's it. But you can see him, even at this point, this much before the turn, slowing down. He's decided to rely solely on Tokyo drifting skills to get him around this circuit. Back over to you.
And drifting is not how you want to go around a Formula 1 track, that just slows you down. It's all about traction and grip. And if you don't have those, you're not going to be fast. And that's what Critical Noob is currently in. He has no traction and no grip at all. He is sliding all over the circuit. And it looks like there's the Alpine of Deferred. He's about to pass him now. And I think that's the AlphaTauri of Ratya. He's about to unlap himself on Critical Noob. There he goes. Ratya's now unlapped himself, and Critical Noob's going to have to come back into the pit lane to put on those intermediate tires, and it's... Or not, he's going to stay out, and there he goes into the wall! Critical Noob into the wall, loses his front wing right at the start-finish straight. That means he's going to have to complete an entire lap to come back into the pit lane and get a new front wing on.
This is hideous
There's
for him.
The replay showing him sliding into the barrier, just losing all grip, all traction, and going into the wall. A very, very poor showing for Critical Noob, the championship leader. He will not want to remember this race
Yeah, I mean, for him,
at all.
he's going to be wondering, why did his engineers do this, or was this his own idea? Either way, he is not going to be happy. One way he will be angry at himself, the other way he'll be angry at his team. Because don't forget, there's almost £200 of Robux, I'm pretty sure, on the line here. In this season. So, for anybody, that's still a good amount. Slowly limping around the track now, he can only just hope to get back to the points, but he's fallen down to 9th place. Fernand coming round behind him to lap him. From 3rd place, being lapped by Fernand. In just 2 laps this has happened. It looks like the Ferrari and Red Bull engineers have just completely swapped out with each other. Let's go on board with Fernand and back over to you.
Right now, I'm actually riding on board with Domji, who is currently trying to chase down Fernand for his win. Let's see what the lap times are. Fernand's first sector time, 34.6. Domji's 34.9, so he was 3/10 slower in the first sector, and I think he's going to be a little bit slower in the second sector because he ran just a little bit wide and took a little bit of the sausage curb as he came out of the I think he came out of like turn 5, 6. I'm gonna need a little track map up for myself for next season, so I can.
We do have it if you want to go and get it. I'm not sure corners are labelled though, sadly.
It's probably accurate as it is. It's alright.
Critical Noob's
Domji's
not really
second two
turning
time.
the best. Oh, sorry,
Fernand and
Eddie.
Domji are matching each other in the second sector. Domji was 3/10 slower in the first sector. If Domji can keep this pace up for the rest of the race, you might see a battle between the Ferraris. The race win. And there's the gap now, 7.07 seconds. Domji absolutely nailed it in the final sector, being a whole second faster than Fernand. He's brought the gap from 7.7 seconds down to just 7 seconds. If he can keep this pace up, he might be a brand new winner. The number 13 car, which is often associated with bad luck, may have some good luck today.
Hopefully that's not the commentator's curse from you, then.
Hopefully not. I should have said that. Hopefully it's not the commentator's curse. Now let's see what the lap times are. 34.2 in the first sector. Domji 34.1. Domji is gaining and gaining and gaining on Fernand. But the question here is, will it be enough to catch up to our reigning race winner? The last round's winner. As we can see, the weather radar there showing 35% track water, meaning that it's good enough for inters but not good enough for softs. Critical Noob is now a lap down, who was just recently running on the soft compound tires, which were quickly proven to be the absolute wrong decision here today. Well, right now, I should say. Domji's running over the curbs a little bit. He ran over the sausage curbs, but he's back on the road now. Let's just see how much time that's made him lose. It's made him lose a second. Let's see what his times were in the first and second sectors. He was half a second quicker, 0.6 of a second quicker over that lap, but he lost 1.4 seconds in the final sector due to the little excursion off the road there. And I've just received word about Super Jope's times. Let's see what he is. Super Jope 34.7, 38.0, 36.9. Last lap.
Cut out there. Yeah, but let's go have a look at how Dom's doing currently. And he's just disappeared off my... What's happened to Dom? Oh, there he is. Okay. I mean, you can see this guy. He knows exactly where the track limits are and how to use them. And this wet weather suits him and his driving style perfectly. Maybe not so much as so as Fernand, but Dom will be getting quicker as it gets drier. As we've seen him just go quicker in other sessions than Fernand. But of course, Fernand's a quick learner and adaptable, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. If you guys have got any predictions, make sure to leave them in chat. But if Spinion's alive, you hear? Our Spinions are not alive currently, so that's always great to hear. Yeah, I guess he's not. So, currently, Fernand's leading, of course, just starting the 21st lap. Let's see how he can do. Dom is 6.432 behind him. I believe it's getting dry at this point. I'm not sure if it will get fully dry, slick dry, but the rain stopped going down. I mean, the forecast would predict that it would start to get dry now. Though let's see if Casta actually predicts, well, stays to that. He has made some other promises, such as a flat track. I know you're listening. So, we've got Fernand, of course, in the lead. Dom, Super Joke P3, after falling down some places, back up to only one place down from where he started. But the main people in this race, the Ferrari drivers, coming from out of the points to P1 and 2, which will give them a 1-2 if they win. This is great for both of them. Not sure if Spinion's alive back. Are you alive? No, he's still not alive, but he just rejoined VC. He'll be sorting it out. But when one of the drivers gets closer to the pits, I'll go have a look at how the weather radar's looking for us. So, I'm now ready to look at the radar, and let's see how it's going. Track waters now declining, so when that gets down below 25%, the soft tyres will be the quickest, and with the amount of laps remaining, I think we'll see everybody pitting for the soft tyres. So when the race engineer thinks will be the quickest to pair. Over to you, Spinion. I heard him. I thought he was back. Sad. Yeah, critical. Something's happened to him. He's fallen down even more into P12. I think it's due to the pit stop he's just had. But of course, him pitting them was really unnecessary, while everybody else manages to continue on without it. Spinion coming back, not sure if he's alive, but super dope. It shows you how dry the track's getting. But he manages to set the quickest lap. Critical Noob now setting the fastest Sector 1. Will this be his call to switch onto the soft compound? Fernand exiting the pit, still in P1 on the soft compound. But I'm pretty sure he has been overtaken, but at this point, that was the call, I believe. Looking at how the track's progressing, that should have been the call. Even Dom they brought in, that's how confident they are in their decisions. So you've also got Super Joe, everybody actually, in the pits. Ratyeke in the pits. Not sure why he's letting his car despawn and just fully gotten out. Prime Drifter, leaving the pits now. Not sure if Ratyeke's just retired or what's happened. ASM coming into the pits. Is Spinion alive yet? No, Ratyeke just completely resetting his car, leaving from the pit box. I'm not sure if that's allowed, but if it is, fair enough to him. But let's go have a look at how some of the weather is progressing up. So looking at the weather radar currently, you can see that as soon as this gets a little bit lower, dries will be the fastest. It may have been more sensible to stay on the Intis for another lap, but of course, it's close enough that it doesn't really matter. And if you've got a driver of the skill of some of these Ferraris, once again, it doesn't matter. He's still managing to gap some of the cars behind him, even though he's on these soft compounds. So for Spinion, if you can talk, just let me know. If anybody can, just in hint or something, tell me if anybody sped into the pit lane there, or who's currently got penalties. As I'm pretty sure from earlier in this race, Falking got a penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Oh, there we go.
He's back!
There we go.
He's back!
Finally, got it working.
Over to you, Spinion.
Finally, got it working. Finally. Took forever.
Yeah, over to you.
Back up and running, but I'm back. Hello. Right. Okay, so yeah, it's gone back to dry now. I've just noticed, And Superdrop hasn't come into the pit lane yet, at least from what I've seen. Yep, there he goes. Now he's in the pit lane. Let's see what the gap is between the two Ferraris. 5.7 now. It's closing down between the two of them. Let's see what Domji can do as we now have 5 laps to go of the Malaysian Grand Prix.
I mean, at this point, everybody's just copying the Ferrari strategies. They know that theirs is superior. They just copy it. Falcon running on the medium tyres. Now, either their team has done something smart here, or something's not quite worked. If possible, Spinion, can you see if you can turn up your mic? If not, no worries. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Falcon's here, but I believe F1 fan has been lapped. But he'll be a good metric to see how quick Falcon is really going.
Is that any better?
I don't know if you just commentate from her.
Okay, so I've set my output volume up to 170. My input volume's at the absolute maximum, so I can't change that anymore. Fastest sector 2 now coming through. Domji 37.0. Fernand set 37.9. Domji is absolutely flying in the final parts of this race here, but he runs over the the sausage curb, and we've got a protester on the track here. That's Fernand. Fernand's out of the car. Fernand's out of the car. He's on the track.
Has he retired? What's happened to
I
Fernand?
think he has. That puts Domji in the race lead now.
What's happened? Let's see if he says anything
Yes,
in chat.
confirmed.
Please, it's not my
Domji's
fault at
now
all.
in front.
He's sorry to interrupt, but he's got a car ready, and out of the pits he go. I'm not sure what happened there, if he just accidentally jumped out or what. Now, it's not what you would have expected from him, and his team will not like that. And he's falling down into P4. He's getting... I'm not sure if he's getting lapped or just overtaken by these cars. I'm pretty sure just overtaken. But this has taken away his 1-2, his second race win of the season, one he's strived so hard for, with Prime Drifter now setting the fastest lap. As I said, he's back in his element in the dry, getting quicker and quicker. Dom, quicker than Fernand even at this point. Fernand is going to have to put in the best laps of his life to get here. As we said, the commentator curse. You try not to give him it, but commentator curse never always prevails. Back over to you.
Falcon is currently second on the road according to the standings. Unless something happened to Superdrop. Let's see if I can find where Superdrop is. There he is. He's quite a bit behind, so I think he might have made a little mistake. So Falcon is confirmed in second place. So the Ferrari 1-2 is still indeed on. Falcon is trying to go around the outside, going to use the DRS, I think. Not been enabled yet, although it should be. Falcon should be able to get past. No, not Falcon. Fernand should be able to get past Falcon quite easily. He is on absolutely fresh, brand new soft tires. And Falcon is on the mediums. Yep, and that's confirmed. He's gone by. Fernand is now confirmed to be a long distance behind, over 1:05 behind. But let's see what it can be on the leaderboard. Domji is still out in front. As he as he is.
Jeez, Falcon's gained some places. I meant, Fernand, sorry.
Fernand's not being registered on the road.
Oh. I know, Fernand's
There
up
he
into
is. He's
P3
on the
already.
now.
And because of Falcon's on the medium tyres, Fernand's capitalising off that. But that will make Falcon, when those tyres get into their lifespan, he will be pumping out possibly quicker lap times. But with the amount left and how Fernand's just gone onto the softs, Fernand's passed. Really heavy through there, his car lifting up onto 2 wheels. Luckily he caught it, but Fernand's going to be fighting with his life to at least get past him. He may have got rid of that race win, thrown it away by accidentally clicking space, but he shouldn't have given up on this podium or this P2. Now for Ferrari, either way, a 1-2 would be perfect. Dom needs points, Fernand needs points. Not as many points as Fernand would have hoped, or the finish he would have hoped for, but for Fernand, he needs to get P2. Over to you.
With Critical Noob not scoring any points, it's going to mean so much to Fernand if he can hold on to this second place. As Critical Noob will be scoring no points, Fernand 18 points, and that'll bring him. Let's see, how many points would that give him? That would put him in the lead of the Drivers' Championship if he can hold on to this P2.
Jeez, great for him then. Yeah, for
It looks
Fernand,
like
he
is
will
in
want
second place as he's now starting to pull away from Falcon. But Falcon, with the slipstream, with no DRS yet, is closing in as F1 fan sets the fastest lap of the race. With 2 laps to go, Domji still leads, Fernand second, Falcon third. It's going to be a big we're going to see a big battle going on for second place. Falcon goes on the 2 wheels there. Luckily, does not lose any time to the Ferrari in front. It's a Ferrari versus McLaren battle. And these two have been squabbling for many, many years in Formula One, and now we get to see it happen again today in Romula One.
Yeah, Fernand now lighting up those sector boards, setting the quickest sector 1. I'm not sure we've even got any, well, probably only about 5% standing water on the track, looking at how we still have a bit of water spray. I'm not sure if it will fully dry out. If it does, that will give some drivers a boost which you wouldn't even think they could have by that much difference. But it really depends on what happens in these final laps. Everything is to play for. Both of these drivers have to play to their strengths to get P2. But, I mean, it looks like it's going to be Fernand, but Falcon has caught up. Falcon setting the quickest sector 2 after Fernand sets the quickest 1. These people are exchanging quickest sectors. It's really anybody's game which one of these two are going to be in the lead 2 laps from now when the checkered flag falls. Back over to you, Spinion.
It will absolutely be a... Wait, no, I need to rethink what I was going to say. I was going to say, it is absolutely going to be a game of cat and mouse today between these two, but it looks like Fernand is just ahead as we now start the final lap of this race. That means 1 lap to go until Fernand can... not Fernand. Sorry, Domji can secure his first win in what I would believe is in his Romula One career. The question now is, can Falcon catch up to Fernand and retake that second place, that second spot on the podium? He's using the slipstream up the hill to his advantage. Is he going to be able to brake late enough? Just late enough so he can stay within contention. And he will be able to get DRS because DRS has now been enabled. As they come through the slow speed chicane, Falcon, God, this is so hard to say. Falcon will be able to get DRS on the Ferrari of Fernand. Fernand is really feeling the pressure now as they're coming through the slow speed section now. Is Falcon gonna have DRS? Yes, he does. He's got DRS. He's gonna gain and gain and gain some more on the Ferrari. Will it be enough to take second place as we come into the left-hander? Fernand's going defensive, and it looks like Falcon is ahead. But switching back to Domji now, he's going to come through the final few corners now. Here he comes, round the last corner, and he's powering down the start-finish straight, and Domji is going to take an unbelievable first win in his Romula One career for Ferrari. The number 13 driver stands on the top step of the podium for the very first time in Romula One. Fernand comes home in second, 2 tenths ahead of Falcon in third. Super Jump will come home in an impressive 4th position. Prime Drifter will come home in 5th place after starting down in 11th. Outguard will take some points for Red Bull in 6th. The third will finish in 7th. ASM 8th. F1 fan in 9th, and Critical Noob will take a point in 10th.
Yeah, I mean, geez, get ready to welcome them into Parc Fermé now, which I'll be making sure to stream. Don't worry about what's currently on your screen, guys. So, yeah, I mean, that race was really crazy. Loads of stuff going on there. I'll get the camera on Parc Fermé, then we'll be able to get some interviews with the drivers in the cool-down room before finally the podium celebration. Now, Fernand's already back in the pits. Over to you, just really That race was unexpected.
That was unexpected indeed, and with an absolutely climatic finale there, I would never have guessed that Domji, I would have never guessed that Fernand would have made that mistake. It was, I'm not sure what mistake he made there. I'll need to ask him about it, because that is a really, really rare mistake from Fernand. That's not something you would normally see from him during a race. And we can see everyone's coming across the line now. Critical Noob is still yet to cross the line. There he is. He is confirmed to be in 10th place. So we've had 5 retirements in this race, I would believe.
Actually,
Right,
sorry
yeah.
to interrupt, but didn't Falcon get a time penalty earlier for that pit lane speeding incident, along with another driver? I'm not sure though.
But I believe he might have already served it in the pits, because he did have a 17-second pit stop when it occurred.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's really good as a system.
Which basically meant the pit stop was basically self-punishing, if you think about it.
Yeah, that actually is a really well-scripted system. So you've got Dom and Fernand pulling in now in their 1-2 formation. Truly a sight to behold.
An absolutely memorable moment for the Ferrari team. It's the first time a team other than Red Bull has secured a 1-2 finish this season. The Red Bull guys will have their blood absolutely boiling to see this. Their main rivals finishing first and second, taking almost maximum points away from Red Bull. And with Outguarded 6th and Critical Noob down in 10th, Ferrari are now they're now going to be really be watching Ferrari for the rest of the season. Oh, never mind. We have a new race winner. Deferred crosses the line to take the win. Deferred is now the race winner. So Deferred, you come to the number 1 spot now. Domji, you're now demoted to 2nd. Fernand, you're demoted to 3rd. I don't care what you think. That's what's happening.
Unexpected. Fair. So yeah, for Deferred, that's his debut win here. Crazy. I mean, for his team, I forgot. Was Deferred the one who changed teams because of... Yeah, he's currently in... Yeah, that's really good for Alpine. I mean, it's crazy, man. But in all seriousness, for Dom and Fernand to overcome these challenges which has happened to Ferrari, to take a 1-2's, really great for the team. As you see, Deferred here sitting in his P1 spot.
The top step of the podium. just for a little bit of fun before the actual podium comes into play.
Of course, with his team member Spinion, which is you.
Even though I'm not actually associated with a team.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's crazy.
Standing on the podium because I've just been flying about. Whee!
Okay, Kara, you're watching. Come and give us an interview, you know? Oh, yeah, I guess you've just died. Okay, I wonder if these guys are actually... I was slow, but steady. From Dom. I wonder if Caster's actually going to open this door on my screen so people can get to the cooldown room, or if they'll just be expected to stand out here. Let me try and find the anthem. Yeah, so he doesn't want us to go inside by the looks of it. Truly sad. I don't know what to say, guys. You can see him getting in that exercise, running on the spot here.
Okay, here we go again.
And we've got the G-Force. I mean, the G-Force, one of your drivers has won the race. How do you feel?
It was absolutely amazing. I did believe it myself until he crossed the line, but it was absolutely beautiful. Very beautiful.
Really nice to hear. Okay. So, we've got one of the Ferrari engineers here. He's a test driver, an engineer. It's none other but Kai Kara. I'll let you interview him if he actually decides to come up. There we go. And he's deafened. Crazy. I don't think he like... Oh, here we go. This cooldown room's got absolutely no lighting.
What are they gonna do?
You interview
That
him,
time?
man.
Right, interview. Right,
Yes.
right.
So, yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Look, first of all, could I have a little bit of background as to who you are? Because I've never interviewed you before. I'd just like to know who you are.
I don't know how to
That's
explain.
okay.
Son, believer in God. Eater of bread. I don't know. I don't know how do I describe myself. I guess a cool dude,
Like,
self-proclaimed.
what's your what's your association to Romula One? Like, are you in a team or?
Oh yeah, I'm the owner of the league.
Are you?
That response from Spinion really wasn't very sure.
100%. This is what the quote-unquote leadership is trying to hide from you. I'm the one managing the people that are managing the people. Now you know the truth. It's all rigged. I know. It's hard to believe, you know. It's life.
Why do I smell fish?
I don't know. I didn't make fish in a while. That reminds me. I should buy some fish. What do you think I should buy? Should I buy some bream? Or should I go buy catfish? I'm thinking of doing some nice fried catfish. And it's easy to
how
deal
about
with
some
because it doesn't have many bones.
How about some clownfish?
So what? I don't know. I
He's
didn't hear
calling
what
you
you
a
said,
he,
homie.
basically he's calling you a clown.
Oh, well, that's not very nice. Anyway, how did you guys celebrate New Year's? Happy New Year's. Ah, man.
Okay, Spinion's gone again, so I guess I'm going to be interviewing you. So, I mean, how did your strategy... Okay, fair. Spinion, it was interview, like interview, not about his fried catfish choices.
My mic's been having
What's-
issues all day.
What's weird about
It's
fried
like-
catfish? With some nice
Nothing's
buttermilk
wrong-
and
nothing's wrong
corn.
about fried
It's
catfish.
fantastic.
I was just suggesting, why not clownfish?
Well, it's not readily available around here.
Okay, so we're going to have to cut the interview there. So after we've just had Bread saying that he's eating small endangered species of fish to all of that stuff, it's great to hear from him personally. But now for Falcons, first ever Romula One podium, taking P3 in his, I forgot which team he drives for, as people keep changing around, in the McLaren, yeah, taking P3, great for him. Now, coming up next, we've got P2, Fernan, who started out of the top 10 actually, made his way up to P2, down to P4, from P1, back up to P2, coming wheel to wheel across the line with Falcon. It was hundredths of a second separating them. It's Fernan with P2. He'll be sure to celebrate that one, but know that he could have done just a little bit better. Same as Falcon, getting a 10-second time penalty in the pit stops. But for the first time ever, you've got Dom taking P1, the win in a Romula One Grand Prix. Here in Malaysia.
And it was an absolutely incredible performance for Dom G today. He just kept it calm, kept it neat. Now he's on the top step of the podium. And now we're going to hear his national anthem. If they'll play it.
Yeah. What's its national anthem? We can start humming it.
I have no idea where the anthem goes.
I don't even know that
Don't
flag.
bother.
I'm really bad at countries' flags.
I was told that's Macau.
Ah, so he truly knows how to drive around tight courses. Apparently, Fernand Hazard. No, ASM. We're going to get ASM up, and hopefully he doesn't play some illegal song of any dictators or people in World War II.
Okay, right.
So
Go ahead,
much.
ASM. Do what you need to do.
Got you.
Follow me. Today, thinking only
Bye. We don't need that.
Okay, right. Really great contribution from ASM there. Does anybody actually know his we've got Bread here to sing the national anthem of his country. Go ahead.
Yes, he is from Macau, which is Chinese.
Start
which is
singing, guys.
I think.
Get the
Well,
clapping.
apparently Macau uses the British national anthem, unless I am mistaken.
Oh, the anthem's going again. Now we've got the Italian national anthem for the winning constructor. Actually, we need him back. He needs to do this one as well.
Did you hear the anthem? I don't have enough breath for this.
Okay, Spin, your go.
And that is it. That is the Italian and apparently Macau national anthems.
Oh, it's going
You
again.
heard it here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no, it's not. Do we have a celebration
Now,
music?
It's time to celebrate.
No, we don't. This is really anticlimactic. I think we need Bread in here again, well, Kaikera, to give us some celebration music.
And I am on fire.
Music. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go.
Motherfuckers wanna find me. Crazy. Wait, are we allowed to swear here?
Not too much.
Wait, no, this song isn't very
It
appropriate.
is the first podium without Red Bull. You're right. McLaren, Ferrari, and Ferrari.
No, listen, kids, we need to talk
See you
about the
next week
race
in
now.
Greece for round 7, says Caster. All right. Oh,
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
the race.
That was the Romula One Malaysian Grand Prix. So, thank you guys for watching. Interviews will be recorded for Drive to Survive if it ever comes out. And that's all from us today. Join us, I believe it's